We're backstage in Boston, and he is your new, but I feel like almost and still, but new bantamweight world champion. How does it feel?
About still new.
Yeah. I mean, what is this moment like for you right now? You said all week you've just been trying to live in the moment and enjoy every single thing that's been happening. So what does this feel like?
I still haven't really set in yet, you know. It really hasn't. I'm just here, and it's so slow. Like, I'm still backstage right now, so it's like I haven't seen anything. It's weird. I really can't explain it.
I know sometimes for fighters it's difficult to assess your performance right after you get out of the octagon, but if you can think back on that fight, what really stood out as key moments for you making sure that you got that victory?
What stood out? I just had to let my instincts take over. You know, I have a habit of, thinking a lot. So Eric Del Fiero, my coach, Miguel, my training partners, they all help turn my brain off. And I kind of like hand the reins over to them and say, I let them be my opponent. I let them act like it. I let them do the movements. And then I see it and I feel it and I let my reactions and I let my instincts take over. And when I do that, I'm at my best. Then you can kind of get into the zone. And when I'm in the zone, I'm hard to beat, I'm hard to hit, I'm hard to catch, and I can get into a groove.
Yeah. Do you feel like those takedowns were a big reason that you were able to seal the victory?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing about this sport is everybody's getting punched. You're going to take hits. You're going to take some. You're going to give some. You want to try to be on the winning end of the punches and the kicks. Yeah. But if you're not, you got to make sure and add the next piece of the game, which is the takedowns, the submission attempts, the top positions. And, that's what I was able to capitalize on to kind of get the edge.
Yeah, talk to me about the power of TJ Dillashaw, the movement of TJ Dillashaw. Were you surprised by any of it?
I wasn't surprised. You know, I give the guy a lot of credit. I knew he's evolved. I knew he took a lot of the fundamentals that I used to become champion to be good. And he brought new dynamics, but I swear he's nothing that I haven't seen before. I've seen styles like him in Joseph Benavidez. I've said this in all my interviews. I've seen styles like him in Faber. I've seen styles like him in Demetrius Johnson. I've seen wrestling in Scott Jorgensen. The guys that I've competed against, I've seen all levels of all aspects of MMA to be built into the champion that I am. And so because I've felt those things, when I face each person, they're always not as strong as one of those guys that I've faced in one of those dynamics. Yeah. So I can always feel it.
Let's talk about your performance in terms of cardio. It looked like in the first round you maybe were getting hit by the cardio a little bit. You're breathing a little bit heavy. You're taking some deep breaths. Was it almost like an adrenaline jump because you have been waiting so long to do this?
No, not at all. To be honest, if you look at any of my fights in the past however many years I've been doing this, I always take deep breaths. And it's something I force myself to do. I always go, that's my thing. That's my thing. And when I do that, it's like a reset button for me. Now, my lungs are full of oxygen, my muscles are full of oxygen, and it's time to get to work.
Let's talk about the leg, the foot. TJ was hitting you with some big kicks in that fifth round, but you said the leg is fine, the knee is fine. It was more about the foot. Do you know what was going on beforehand? Was it something major?
I'm trying not to talk a lot about it, but everybody keeps asking me, so I'll tell you.
You're limping.
I have plantar fasciitis in my left foot, which you'll get in a lot of football players, runners, and it's extremely painful. I went through my whole camp with it, and I just had to. You'll see in a lot of my pictures, I have one shoe on. I couldn't tape anything. I had no support in my foot, and I think I might have tore the tendon on the bottom of my foot. I didn't feel it until the fifth round. There was some movement that happened. I think I planted on it, and I just felt a pop. And then when I felt that pop, the pain, I usually don't feel much, but I felt that. Yeah. And it wasn't the leg kicks. I mean, obviously the leg kicks don't feel good, but that's not what was making me limp. I can take those. It was the foot. My foot, it freaking hurts.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's why we're sitting down for this. I know you have other interviews to do, but right before we started this interview, you had a little conversation with Urijah Faber, who most likely will be your next opponent. Tell me about that relationship and what you think about another fight with Faber.
I mean, let's do it. We don't like each other. The thing is, he's just so arrogant. He has nothing nice to say ever. Good fight. At least you finally made it to a money fight. That's what he said to be nice. Like, come on, man. You're such an idiot. You just fought a top 15 guy. I went 3 rounds with them. I went 5 rounds with what was called the champion of the world, top 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the world after a 4-year layoff behind the desk with DC and Kenny Florian and Brian Stan. why don't you just get off your high horse, get out of your big head, sit down, don't say a word to me because I don't like you, you don't like me, just stay away from me. Why does he deserve it? He deserves it because I might allow it.
Do you think that TJ Dillashaw is more deserving of a rematch, or is there somebody else in the division you think's more deserving?
No, I mean, I would say TJ's, up there. I think TJ would smoke Faber. I felt them both. I think TJ would light Faber up. I think Demetrius Johnson would light both of them up. So it's like I look at all these guys that I've faced. I look at all the division. I look at the 135-pound division. There's a lot of guys coming up, but the only reason why Faber's getting any kind of shout is because he's worth money right now. He's had 7 chances at the title, hasn't accomplished it once. What would make him do it again?
Right. Well, we'll see what happens if he gets number 8, but congratulations. It has been such a long road. I know UFC fans around the world were so happy to see you come back and to see you be victorious, especially when that belt that you were never really stripped of. I mean, you didn't lose it. You were stripped of it due to injury, so it's nice to see you get this victory tonight. Congratulations. Enjoy it all. Enjoy all of these moments, Dominick.
Thanks, Megan. It's hard because that idiot came in and kind of ruined it.